In the land of Imo State. In the quiet heart of Imo State, where the soil is red and the air hums with ancestral songs, lived a little girl named Amaka. Her life began with love, genuine, unshakable love, nestled in a village outside Owerri, where mango trees shaded the clay homes and the laughter of children echoed in the evenings. The love that gave her life. Amaka's mother, Nena, was known throughout the village as a woman with hands that healed and a voice that soothed. A trained midwife, she delivered babies and calmed troubled spirits with the gentleness of a river. Her husband, Uchenna, was a schoolteacher with chalk-stained fingers and a deep affection for books. And for Nena, they were not rich, but they had peace, they had joy. And they had Amaka, their only child, a girl with bright eyes and a soul wise beyond her years. She would follow her mother to the stream, helping her wash clothes while reciting the alphabet. She was barely 5 when she started reading Bible verses aloud during family devotion. When death stole joy. But joy, as often happens in African tales, did not last. When Amaka was 6, Nena developed a strange illness. Doctors were consulted, pastors prayed, traditional herbs were tried. Nothing worked. It was as if the light inside her was slowly dimming. Within 6 months, Nena was buried beneath the Udala tree near their home. The entire village mourned, but no one more than Amaka. She refused to eat, refused to play, spent hours lying on her mother's mat, breathing in the scent that was fading. A new woman, a new wound. Uchenna, devastated and desperate, remarried barely a year later. Her name was Ezen, a beautiful widow with a sharp tongue and even sharper intentions. To the villagers, she was a godsend, a woman willing to help raise a motherless child. But behind closed doors, her eyes saw Amaka not as a stepdaughter, but as competition. First it was small things. She stopped Amaka from playing outside. Then it became worse, reduced portions at mealtime, torn dresses passed off as new gifts. When Ezen gave birth to her own son, Chika, the final shift occurred. Amaka became invisible. Silence in her father's house. Uchenna, once strong and loving, had become a ghost of himself. Ezen had taken control of the household. She monitored his spending, restricted his visits to friends, even locked his phone. And when Amaka tried to tell him what was happening, he only sighed. "Please, Amaka," he would whisper, "endure. For my sake." Then one day he didn't come home. Word spread that Uchenna had died in a road accident. Some believed he was poisoned, others said it was charm. But all agreed. He left behind a daughter, now truly orphaned. Thrown to the night. Months passed. Ezen's cruelty intensified. She pulled Amaka from school, gave her chores meant for 3 adults, and spread lies about her in the village. Then one night, Amaka would never forget, it was raining heavily. Thunder boomed like drums of war. Ezen burst into her room. "You must leave this house now," she barked. "But Mama, it's midnight," Amaka cried. "Call me Mama again and I'll beat you to death. Go now. Your presence brings me misfortune." With nothing but a plastic bag containing her mother's Bible, an old wrapper, and 2 loaves of bread, Amaka was pushed into the rain. Miles of pain, miles of hope. To walk. First Tumbayari, then Abombays. She begged for food, slept under market tables, drank from roadside streams. Her feet cracked, her lips blistered, but her heart refused to give up. One night in Okigwe, a man lured her with promises of food. As he reached for her, she bit his hand and ran, hiding in a cassava farm until dawn. Another time in Umwahia, she collapsed on the road. People walked past. Few threw coins, but no one stopped. The angel named Ngozi. It was in a Fujirai that she met Nurse Ngozi, a rotund, kind-hearted woman who stopped her car and lifted Amaka like a fragile bird. "Where are your people?" she asked. "I have none," Amaka whispered. Ngozi wept. "From now on you're mine." She took Amaka in, treated her wounds, enrolled her in school, and gave her back her childhood. Healing and blossoming. Life was not instantly easy. Amaka battled nightmares, anxiety, and feelings of worthlessness. But Ngozi was patient. She listened to Amaka's fears, introduced her to journaling, and taught her to speak boldly again. Amaka excelled in school. By SS3, she was the best student in 3 local government areas. She got a scholarship to UNN, studied law, and became a fierce advocate for child rights. The final reckoning. 10 years later, she returned to her village to speak at a regional conference. Ezen sat at the back of the hall, now a frail, forgotten woman. Amaka spotted her. Their eyes met. Time stood still. After her speech, Ezen approached, bent with age and shame. "Amaka, I have no excuse," she muttered. Amaka looked at her, tears welling in her eyes. "You gave me pain. But that pain made me strong. I forgive you." She did not embrace Ezen. But she walked away free. Legacy of Light. Today, Amaka runs an orphanage named Nena's Light. Hundreds of children have passed through its gates, fed, clothed, educated, and loved. She travels Nigeria telling her story, not for fame, but to remind every abandoned child, "You are not alone." Her most repeated words remain. Even when you are thrown out at midnight, walk. Keep walking. Morning will come. And when it does, let your story light the way for others. End.